Hello YouTube, welcome back to Erin with Hobby. Today's hobby is a reading vlog. So I hope everyone has had a lovely Christmas or holidays, because it is officially the 26th of December or Boxing Day, meaning I'm on holidays still for today and tomorrow. But this is going to be an end of year, New Year's Eve reading vlog sort of thing. So I figured bring you along. So I've done this one other year where I've read quite a few books at the end of the year. Now, if I seem puffed, it's because I just went for a walk in the swamp with my mum and the dog Drax, which was awesome. Really good start to the day. Just taking my shoes off because I'm not leaving them on. It's really hot. But the plan for today is to go and have a look at a new laptop because I need a new one. So that will be the plan. Also go down to Grandma's for a good bit of time, and also going to have a bit of a roast, having a roast dinner. So that's the plan, but let's get into what I'm currently reading and what my plans are to read for the rest of this year. So at the moment, I am currently reading Bright Ruined Things by Samantha Chohei. I think I said that right. Now this is obviously a hardback, but this is the Fabled Fable Crate special edition of it. So it is also signed, which very happy. I have started reading this already. I'm about halfway through, but this book is a fantasy standalone, which I'm very excited, partly why I picked it. It is set on an island where magic is the strongest in the entire world, and they sell the magic. And it follows this girl, May, who has lived on this island her whole life to make up for what was promised to her father by the band that runs it all, Lord Prosper. Now, the Prospers are some of the strongest magicians ever, and May sort of wants to learn magic, but she's not allowed because she's a woman and also not really directly related to the family. On this island, however, there are spirits, and something is happening to those spirits, and this book is sort of following what is happening, trying to find out what's happening to the spirits and if May can make a life for herself on this island where she wants to be able to live. That is sort of the main premise of the book. It is a bit of a mystery. She's also trying to figure out what her feelings are because at the start of the book, she is crushing on one of the grandsons of Lord Prosper. But then she's also getting to know one of the other ones who is like the heir to Lord Prosper. And it's very interesting. I have not really been able to put this down. I so want to know what's going to happen next because she is exploring and learning all of this as sort of we are as well, about what's happening with the spirits, what's going on, and there's some magic that's going on. It's so interesting. Now, because I have read about nearly 200 pages, so I'm pretty much halfway, I'm really enjoying it, as I already said. But I will admit the start sort of throws you in headfirst without really explaining what's happening on the island or the rules of the island. Like, we're sort of just expected to know what's already happening, which I didn't like as much, but as I've gone through the story, I've sort of picked up the pieces and know what's going on at the moment, so I'm not too lost. But like, names are dropped and stuff about the island is discussed, but it's like discussed not explaining the background of it, like why or what's happening. So that's the only thing, is that it is a little bit like that, where you don't know what's going on. But I am enjoying it, and I definitely want to finish this shortly. So I don't know, it'll depend on what I end up doing today and tomorrow. Also because I do go back to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then have Sunday off. So it'll depend on how things go there, but I am enjoying this. After I finish this, because I'm hoping I'll finish this before the end of December, I do have a few manga volumes that I'm hoping to read. So I've got the next 3 volumes of Blackbird and a volume of Demon Slayer. So I'm fairly quick, obviously, with reading my manga volumes. So I will likely also read them, just because, so that I'm not starting anything. Because I barely have any books that are short that I can get through really quickly. to finish the year off. So I'll finish this, probably read some manga, and then that'll probably be it for what I'm going to read this year. But that's put me at a pretty good spot. Okay, so that clip was showing that I've got my new screen and my new laptop. It's just charging before I set it up. But I read another chapter of this, and there is the mystery behind everything, behind what's happening with the spirits. It's insane. It's like, who can we trust? Obviously, because Lord Prosper is supposed to be like the good guy, but things are like, what? And it's like Ivo's like portrayed as this mysterious bad boy, but it's like, what is happening? Who can we trust? Who's the good guy? Who is actually doing these things to the spirits? It's like, what I am now about pretty much halfway, and I really want to know what is going to happen, but I don't know it, and it's driving me up the wall. We are about to go down to Grandma's for lunch and a swim, so I won't bring you to that because family stuff, but then I will show you as I'm setting up my computer, because I'm hoping I'll be able to do possibly a tier ranking of all of the shows that I watched this year, but we'll see how that goes. Getting in bed, getting ready to read some more of Bright Ruined Things. I did do a bit more reading, so I didn't do much. I did do a bit of a reading stint. Then my brother and his girlfriend came round for late Christmas dinner, which was really nice. Played some pool, watched the dogs go crazy, did some photos. It was a really nice time. In terms of reading, it's getting quite close to the end. They're slowly starting to reveal some things, but they're like revealing it in a way that's like, what's happening? And because I'm whispering because my dad and mum are like on the other side of this wall, and my dad's already asleep. But I am planning on reading a little bit more tonight, and probably doing a bit more tomorrow. I did include some stuff about me setting up my new computer, my new toy. It's a lot of fun. Loving it. So that's happening. So I need to finish doing that tomorrow, as well as keep reorganizing stuff. I will be putting a few of my things up for sale, so I've got to do that. So it's a bit of a busy day tomorrow, so I'm going to get to reading and then head to bed. I couldn't stop reading. I just wanted to finish it, and I did. I'm really happy, but I'm not at the same time. I will give you a full thoughts on it in the morning. I'll give you full thoughts on the morning, but I'm going to go to bed. Good morning. So as I said last night, I finished Bright Ruined Things, and I actually really liked it. The start, as I had said, was a bit fast-paced. I will mention, it is a bit weird. It literally takes place on one day. Like, everything happens on a single day. So some of the timing was a little off, but overall, I really enjoyed it. The magic was really interesting. The mystery was so cool. And I loved May, the main character's development throughout the entire story. It was so... I really enjoyed it because she actually did grow as a character. Like, she still stumbles because obviously as you're growing, you don't just... It's not straight. It's like up all over the place. So it actually made sense that way. So I was very happy with this one. As I said, I'm probably going to read the manga next. I'm still setting up my computer still. It's literally going to take me forever to do it, but it's okay. That's the other thing. I'm actually planning on going into Dimmicks today to see if they've got any Boxing Day sales and spend a voucher, but I also am planning on taking a heap of photos of things to get to sell, which will eventually happen. But yeah, that's the update for this morning. I'll show you the manga when I'm going to start reading it. I have officially taken a break because as you can see, my bed is a bit of a mess because we just spent like a good couple of hours I think, organizing some boxes and going through some stuff and chucking things. So I felt really good, got to reorganize some stuff, emptied out some boxes. It was really satisfying. But I also did go book shopping at Dimmicks because I got a voucher for Christmas, and then I also had some money saved from birthdays. So let's do a bit of a haul. Let me set you up. So I got 3 books, which I'm very happy about. So the first one I did get was a manga, which I really love this cover. I think it's my favorite in the series yet. But that is Prince Freya Volume 7. This cover is gorgeous. So for those that don't know who haven't watched my channel before, Prince Freya is following Freya, who looks exactly like the crown prince of this kingdom she lives in, except obviously she's a female. When the crown prince is poisoned and ultimately dies, she is recruited by the royal family and the guard to play as the prince so that the kingdom doesn't fall into dismay and become ransacked by neighboring kingdoms. And it follows her trying to do that. It is so interesting, the political side of things, all of the different stories, and everyone's points of views is very interesting. So I'm very happy to have Volume 7. The next 2 books I got are actually part of a series. And that is the Midorian Chronicles by Lynette Noni, and I got We Three Heroes and Vardassia. So this is 3 novellas following 3 of Alex's main friends, CJ, Jordan, and Bear. So it follows them in different points of their life. So I am looking forward to reading this. It sort of is set before the final book in the series, so this will be probably one of the first books I read in the new year. But yeah, so from what I understand, the one following CJ is how she becomes the princess. Jordan is following a healing journey. So I won't say specifically because that very much spoils what happens in some of the previous books, and the same is also true for Bear. So you do need to have read all of the previous books, which is 4. Yeah, all 4 previous books. Otherwise, the final 2 novellas will not make sense and very much spoil it. So that's that one. And then we also have Vardassia, which is the final book in the series. Now, I follow G Swizzle, who is an Australian booktuber, and from what she raves about this series. The only thing she said is she does not like how the series was wrapped up and something that was done in this final book. So I am a little bit apprehensive going into this, but I want to enjoy it because I've loved the series so much, and I'm going to follow it, obviously, and see how it goes. But obviously I can't talk about what this book is about, but the series follows Alex, who is from our world, who, right as she's about to start a new school, goes through a portal to Midoriya. Midoriya? Is that what it is? Yes, Midoriya. I for some reason forgot what it was called, which is basically like Earth, except it has very advanced sciences, creatures, and these things called gifts that some people can possess. And Alex is thrust into this world, and everything just seems to start going wrong around her. But this is obviously the final book. Lots of stuff has happened with it, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't know if I'll start these in between now and the end of the year. I might start We Three Heroes, just because it is novellas, so they're 3 shorter stories, so it might not take me as long, so then I can start the new year finishing off the series. But we will see. I am taking a break, might be going for a swim, but otherwise I still have to keep transferring stuff off of my other laptop. I'm getting there. It's just taking time. But yes, nearly finished with that, and I'm looking forward to reading all these new books that I bought. Okay, so I started putting up some other stuff on Marketplace to sell, but I just finished reading volume 7 of Prince Freya. I really like this. It's almost like it finished the arc and then sort of gave a bit of a starting point for what's going to happen next, which it does make sense. Like, there was a bit of a prophecy thing, which is kind of cool, but it will be very interesting to see how it goes. And this is definitely my favorite cover out of all of them, but I was very happy to read volume 7. Not sure when volume 8's coming out, but very much looking forward to it. Okay, another check-in. I've had some successful sales of some of the things I've put up on Marketplace. Still transferring stuff for the laptop, but I have read... Where did it go? I have now read volume 8 of Demon Slayer. I didn't record myself reading, but oh my gosh, I got so emotional because obviously if you know the story, you know this is the part where stuff happens with Rengoku. And I was nearly crying reading it. I knew what was going to happen because I've read it all and I've watched the show, so I knew what was going to happen. This is my 3rd time consuming the story. Sorry if you can hear the mower going in the background, but it was so upsetting. So I've read that one. I've now just read volume 11 of Blackbird, and I am loving it getting to this because it's really hyping up at this stage, and there's a lot of politics and there's a lot of deciding what's going to happen with the Senkai Maiden. It's crazy. So I have 2 more volumes to read of this, which is 12 and 13. So I'm at least going to try to read volume 12 when this section of stuff is transferring. And then from there, I might start reading the We Three Heroes because I think I will be able to finish that by the 31st, which is Saturday. That is my plan anyway, but I'm now going to read volume 12, and then obviously this is the volume cover for 13, but I'm at least going to read volume 12. So, stuff's still transferring because a lot of it's all the YouTube video stuff, but so I did read the 3 volumes of Blackbird, which I'm really enjoying where it's going. As I said, I read this 1 volume of Demon Slayer and then the 1 volume of Prince Freya. So I'm now at 62 books, which is the most I think I have read in a year ever. But I have decided that I am going to read the We Three Heroes because each of the stories are only about 100 pages each, so it's about 300 pages. So I do think I'll be able to finish this by the end of the week. And depending on how that goes, I may pick up another like a short standalone, but I don't have many of them, so I may pick a short, possibly a short fantasy one, because I know I can read fantasy a lot faster than I can read like classics or contemporaries. So yeah, so the plan is to read this one. The reason I want to finish reading before the 31st is because I want to include all the books in sort of like those end of year wrap up videos sort of thing. Like I want to do, like, this is a bit of a sneak peek for videos coming hopefully early January, but things like all the books I've read in a year, my year-end books according to Goodreads, and then I'm actually doing some of Hayley and Bookland's videos that she did during Bookmas, like highest rated books according to Goodreads, lowest rated books according to Goodreads, like those sort of things, because those are, to me, are really interesting, so I want to try making them, but obviously I don't want to be doing all of them too late in the year, so hence why I want to finish them, so then hopefully on the 1st, which is the Sunday before I go away, I can film them all, hopefully edit a few of them and actually get some of them like processed to come, like to be posted sort of thing. It's not too late is my plan. Again, it may not happen because I am going away and then obviously back to full-time work after that, but we will see, fingers crossed. But I'm going to take a bit of a rest, but I will be starting the We Three Heroes, which I'm looking forward to. Good morning, it is Thursday. I didn't vlog at all yesterday, but I worked, then I had games night, which was so much fun. But I have read about 80 pages of this, so I am pretty close, I think, to finishing the first story. So this first story is following DC, or Delucia. I won't say too much about it because it is obviously spoilers for what happens in the first book, because but I'm really enjoying it. It gives a nice sort of backstory to it. The writing, I've always loved the writing of Lynette Noti, so I'm greatly enjoying that. It also, there's some characters that we've also seen quite a lot of that are also in it, so I've liked seeing them as well. Although I will admit that I actually don't know how old they are in this, because it's like, you seem so much older, but I think they did explain that. So I'm enjoying that. So I'm hoping today I might get the chance to finish that story. It will depend on obviously what I end up doing after work, because I finished at 4. But one thing that I am planning on doing today is to start putting plans and things in my 2023 diary. Now I love this navy blue, so it is a Leanne Baker daily for 2023. So I haven't actually put anything in the daily section, but in January's monthly I have put this. I probably won't do anything for the filming side of things because I'm a bit like all over the place with it, but I also probably won't do work days unless it's like day off work, leave, all that sort of thing. But I will like put, as I've already got, I'm doing a gym challenge with my brother and then a travel day for 2 different holidays. But that is also my plan, is to put a few more things, because I do have a few things that are already booked that I'm going to put in of when they actually are. But I'm going to go finish getting myself sorted for work, so I won't vlog that. I don't read during when I'm at work, but I will update probably tonight. Hello, checking in. It is now nearly 6 o'clock. I was home a while. I've nearly transferred the last thing off this laptop, and then it just needs to get transferred back onto this one, and then I've transferred everything off and it's done. So awesome. But I just finished the first novella. What's it called? I'm not going to call it because that tells you, it gives it away, but I really loved that first story. It really showed what it's like to be new, and it actually really showed how having some social anxiety and being so scared about going up to talk to new people can feel. Like I understood what DC was saying and how she felt going to a new place where everyone's already talking to everyone and she's the only one by herself. She doesn't know how to start that conversation. It was so good. I will admit the last chapter I felt was a little bit unnecessary. It kind of makes sense. It kind of ties it all back in together. Definitely spoilery. But I do kind of feel like it wasn't needed as much. But I'm very happy with that one. The next one is Jordan's, who you meet in the first one. But I definitely won't tell you what it's about because that is a very big spoiler for end of book to book 3. Yes, very big spoilers. So I won't be telling you what happens in that one. But I'm very happy with it. So yes, on to novella number 2. So it's Friday. I'm done work. And I have all of next week off, which I'm very excited. But I'm 200 pages in. I have not actually updated you at all from last night or today, but I have been reading Jordan's, and I love it because one of the things that I had mentioned, I think it was at the end of book 4, a part of it wasn't included that I really thought should have been included, but that is now included in this short story. I can't say specifics because spoiler, like massive spoilers, but it's included now, and it's so good. I'm so happy that it's included. I just completely lost what I was going to say then. There was a bit with Hunter who we meet. I think you meet him in book 1, I think. Which I'm not sure if it was as in character, but it made sense that it happened. I don't know, but I did like it. I've liked it. Now, I did want to say, you do not have to have read any of these to read the series. You can read all 5 books of the series without this. These are just extra little bits that fill in some of the stories. Like, that's how it works. So I am so enjoying this. The aim is to finish this by tomorrow night, and I'm over halfway, so I'm at 200 pages in, so I should be done by tomorrow night. But that is the plan. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not sure if I said, but I also finished transferring everything off of my computer. Stuff's all in my diary. It's all done, which is awesome. But I'll probably do a little bit more reading later. But otherwise, probably just a chill night. So it's like 6 o'clock at night. I have not vlogged at all today. So starting, I did parkrun this morning. If I remember, I'll include a photo of me doing it. It was disgusting and hot. Then we went for a swim, both at the beach and then at Grandma's, which was amazing. Then we came home and I did some reading. But then the main thing we did is we organized the bookshelves down in the shed, which was really cool to do. Like, we chucked so many old things out. I've pulled some books up that I want to read because, of course, I did, extending and adding more to the bookshelves. I also found some books that I want to sell, which are my double copies of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, that series, as well as the first 3 books of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, because I've got the hardback books now. The other thing that I did, after we did that, I took a break. But then I just finished reading We Three Heroes by Lynette Noni. Now, this is 3 light novels, short stories. So the first one is following DC, which I think was my favorite, just because books 2 and 3 dealt heavily, not that the first one didn't deal with trauma, but those 2 dealt heavily with PTSD and trauma. And I just felt it wrapped up so quickly and so easily with a bow, whereas trauma doesn't work like that. It takes so much time. It takes a lot to be calm and be able to move forward with things. I did enjoy them. They were really good. They filled in the background because obviously the whole book series is set in Alex's point of view. So it was nice to see the other's point of view of different things that had happened throughout the series. So I am looking forward to reading the final book. As I've already explained in this video, I am going in with some hesitation because of stuff that has been said by other reviewers, especially G Swizzle. And I trust a lot of the things that she has said, but I am looking forward to reading it and finishing it. It will be the first book that I'm going to read. I'm not planning on reading it tonight. The only book that I might read is this Viz Big sampler, which was from 2018, because it will not take me long, because the possible only other thing I might read is this Little Worlds of Elves and Fairies, an anthology of verse with illustrations. It's this really, really short book that I found in the shed. I don't think it's even 100. It's 59 pages. So this will not take me long at all. It'll be another book to add to it, and it'll be something I've read. I found these Bratz books that I've loved reading as a kid, and I want to reread them again. And there's actually 2 more to this, which I'm hoping to get to add to the shelf. But I think that's what I'll do. I will read the sampler and then the book of verse, which will not take me long. The only other thing I might do, obviously, will eat dinner and just relax. But yeah, I'll let you know what I think of this, because this actually looks kind of cute. It'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Hello YouTube, welcome to the end of the vlog. It is officially New Year's, so I hope everyone had a lovely New Year's Eve last night. We had a lot of fun. I did do quite a bit of reading, so I was very happy. I read the manga sampler. I actually quite liked a few of those mangas in there, and then I read the anthology book of different poems, so I was able to read them. So all up in the year of 2020, I read 65 books, I think, 63, which was good. It was higher than what I thought I would get, so I was very happy. Look, that's basically it. I've sort of discussed my thoughts already about everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Also subscribe, because if this video goes up beforehand, I'll include a link to the wrap up for November and December, which includes the books I read in this vlog. But also subscribe so you don't miss any other videos. And I hope everyone has a lovely day and continues to live well and has a happy new year. Bye guys.